Hi, I'm Randi, and welcome to my Pilates mat class. We're going to start with a slow-moving wake-up class to get you going and get your day started just right. So grab yourself a bottle of water, grab yourself a towel, hop on a mat, and we'll get going. So we're going to turn and open up your feet about hip-width apart and start to just rock a little back and forth on your sits bones, right? So your sits bones right at the base of your pelvis. And I just want you to find some grounding first through your feet, through your bottom, and feel the mat underneath you. Reach your arms forward. Take a big breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, start to curl back, sliding your tailbone under. We're not going to go too far back. And make sure your neck is relaxed. You might want to turn your head a little back and forth, and then come back up. So this will be your inhale here. And as you exhale, begin to curl back, rounding your spine, hollowing out your center. And do that again. And you're welcome to hold the back of your legs if you need to. And on your exhale, begin to curl back, maybe a little further this time. And come back up. So inhale, grow tall. Exhale, curl back, hollowing out the center, relaxing the shoulders, again, checking in with the neck. And inhale, come on back up. And then little by little, we're going to go further and further back. Maybe feel the low back touching. Inhale, come back up, sitting tall through the waist, through the neck, through the top of the head, and curl back. And then end up all the way down on your mat. But we're coming back up. So curl forward. And again, you can hold the back of your legs if you need to and sit up tall here at the top. Curling back again, roll through the spine till you're all the way down. We're going to stay here this time. Straighten your legs out. Take your arms all the way back behind you and just reach. Reach your right arm and your right leg long. Reach your left arm and your left leg long. So just like you're climbing up a ladder, reach and switch and reach. And again, right arm, right leg. Left arm, left leg. And come back to the center. Take your arms wide and around and down. We're going to do a couple circles here. So lift the arms, open them up, just like you're swimming. Doing that again. Inhale up, open them wide. Feel your shoulders. Notice your shoulders. And we'll go the other way. Notice which one might be tighter than the other. Sometimes one shoulder's tighter. Often that's the case. And then we're going to leave your arms back here. Pull your right knee in towards you. Give it a hug. You can curl your chin to your chest. Get close to your leg. And then lay back down, reaching your arm, both arms long and your leg long. Bring the other knee in, curl up, get close to your leg, and then slowly lay back down, reaching long. And then we're just going to bring both knees in towards you. Give them both a hug, lift your head, curl up towards your legs. And again, just check in that your neck is not really part of the exercise, and lay back down all the way. Stretch your legs up to the ceiling, open them out to the side, press into your calves. You can circle your feet around and around a few times and circle them the other way. And then keeping the legs open, open your arms. You're going to bring your legs over to one side, stacking one leg right up on top of the other, just for a big twist. And reach the opposite direction, turning your ribs, twisting your shoulders, bringing that high hip towards your feet. And then we'll go back through the center, take your leg up and over to the other side, reaching out of that opposite arm, opening up your hand, feel that whole shoulder open up. Take a breath here. And then lifting a leg, open those legs up through the middle again. Hands on the inner thighs. You're going to bring your soles of your feet together. Hold onto your ankles and press your elbows into your inner thighs to just open the hips a bit more. You're going to bring your feet to the mat, staying in this butterfly position. Press into your inner thighs. And again, taking a breath here. You might want to move your hands up to your rib cage. So spread your fingers out, put your hands on your ribs, your bottom ribs. Take a big breath in and feel the ribs open up and expand like you're opening up a balloon, blowing up a balloon. And as you exhale, feel that balloon contract, getting all the air out. Do that one more time. Inhale, feel the ribs expand, but not just front to back, but side to side. Big inhale. And as you exhale, give your ribs a little push. So push on them literally with your hands. You can put a lot of pressure on them. They can take it. And then bring your knees back together in the center. Arms to the mat. Extend your right leg out long. We're going to kick it straight up and point it down. Inhale up, exhale down. Reaching again through the fingertips, out through the top of the head. Keeping that right hip anchored down to the mat as you move your leg. And we'll go into a bike ride. So bend the knee, bring the leg up, flex it down. Inhale up, exhaling it down. Reverse this, kick straight up, reach it long and low. And make sure you're putting some pressure on that opposite leg, the opposite foot. Now keep your leg out long. We're just going to hover that leg over the mat. So what holds that leg up is your core. So you're already doing core work before you even lift your head here. Flex that foot of the long leg. We're going to do some circles here with the extended leg, pressing again still into that bent knee foot, the bent knee's foot. Circle the other way. Being careful to not push these ribs out in front. And then bend your knee, give it a hug. You can curl right up towards it again. Stretch that leg high and pull that leg towards your belly, towards your nose. Trying to keep the hips down here, trying not to lift those guys too much. Bend your knee. You're going to put that foot down, lay back down, and extend the left leg. We're going to flex, kicking straight up, straight down again, pushing lightly into the opposite foot, grounding through that foot, making sure your tailbone is sinking down into the mat, and your neck is long, and your shoulders are relaxed. And let's go into a bike ride. So bend, lift, reach, breathing as you move. One more time, we'll reverse this. Not sure if I reversed it on the other side, but that's okay. And then keep your leg long, hovering right over the mat. Flex this foot, and again, check in with how you're holding the leg up, coming from the core. So not so much your quad and your knee, but your belly muscles. And then do a few circles here. Trying not to get necky or pecky about it. Circling the other way. Still pushing to that right foot. Bend your knee, bring it in close, curl up towards the leg. Stretch your leg high, give it a little pull here. Trying still to drop the hips down. So that'll pull the hamstring, give you a nice stretch there. Bend your knee and put that foot down and lay back down on your mat. So before we continue, just rock those knees a little side to side. And then float your legs up into a tabletop position. So keeping your knees a little bit apart, flex your feet, engage your core. And the further these knees are from your center, you're going to feel more of your low belly. So if you want to come back a little bit, just go back and forth to feel that shift and to feel what happens as you take your knees a little bit away and a little closer to you. And then find a place that's challenging, and you'll tap your right heel, bring it up and switch, and switch. So I'm keeping a flexed foot, engaging the feet, spreading the toes out. And again, you want to check in. Are you using your neck? Are you using your shoulders? You want to keep those guys off so that you can use your low core, right? Keep it going. Couple more. Should be feeling that. And then keep both knees here at a tabletop position, and we'll bring both heels towards the mat. You don't have to touch the mat, and bring them back up. So close to the mat, not touching. Spread your fingers out, use your arms, use the back of your shoulders, but mostly use your low core. So this is a nice, easy way of easing into core work, belly strengthening. One more time, down, and then we'll bend the knees all the way, give the legs a hug, curl up again towards your legs, and we're going to hold your hamstrings and rock right up to sitting. So stretch your legs out long, bending right over the legs in a forward fold. And flex your feet here, and point, and flex, and point. So if you can't get down this far, don't worry about it. Just stretch wherever that is for you. And then we'll uncurl the spine slowly. Open your arms out to the sides, reaching fingertips to fingertips. Take a breath in right here. And as you exhale, just twist your spine easy to one side. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, so we're just moving slowly at first. Inhale, center. Exhale, and really start to notice your body. Notice what is stuck. What isn't moving so well? Or maybe you feel like you have a nice range of motion here. It's nice and easy for you, which is awesome. And twist. Come back to the center. Open the legs a little bit. Wiggle around into the hips just slightly so you feel, again, you're grounding through the sits bones. You're going to take the arms all the way up high. Inhale. And as you exhale, dive forward, hollowing out your center, reaching, letting your spine bend. Uncurl your spine. And here at the top, arch just a little bit back. And again, exhale, round forward. Hang your head. Uncurl. Now, if you're feeling grippy in the hips and hamstrings, you can bend those knees up a little bit. Or sit up on a towel or a folded yoga mat. Come on up and reach. One more time. Spine stretch. And come on up. Arch the spine. Open your arms to the side. And we're going to twist again and reach for your foot so that back arm is high. Come on up. Go to the other side. Exhale, reach. And again, inhale to turn. Breathe out as you reach. Lifting from the belly, rotating. Big exhale. And then come to center and just relax the arms down. Bring your legs back together. You're going to scoot down towards the front of your mat. Hold on to your ankles and we're going to roll a little bit. So a nice easy roll. Inhale to go back. Breathe out to come back up. So ideally, I don't want your feet to touch the mat when you get up here to the top. So again, inhale back, breathe out to come back up, waking up the spine, waking up the muscles alongside the spine. Stay right here at the top, put your feet down, straighten your legs, and again, stretch forward over them. Uncurl slowly, stacking your vertebrae up. We're gonna roll onto your belly from here. So just spin yourself around, arms long, legs long, and rock the hips a little bit side to side. So a little back and forth, just shaking out your spine. And then stop here in the center, take your arms down alongside you with your palms facing up. We're gonna press into the hips and lift your upper body nice and gently and come back down. And do that again. Press into the hips, roll the shoulders back a little bit, and down. When you come up this time, lift the arms and come back down. If you want to bring your legs all the way together, that's going to make it a little bit more difficult. More stretch across the sides of your hips that way. And down. Now come up and stay up this time. Turn your palms towards each other. We're going to lift and lower. And lift and lower, just the arms. So waking up the upper back muscles. Still feel grounding through the hips. Legs are together. Let's do 3 more here. 2 and 1, and come down all the way. Take your hands now underneath your hip bones. So you're going to press your hip bones into your hands and lift both legs and lower the legs. So we're just looking at the ground. You don't have to turn your head, or you can. But try not to crunch the back of the neck here. Keep the back of the neck long, warming up the glutes, warming up the hamstrings. Let's do 2 more here. Lift and lower. Last one. Stay down. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to push up to kneeling. Sit back on your heels for a quick child's pose. Reaching through the arms, spreading your fingers out. And we can walk the hands all the way over to the right. all the way. Keeping that left hip pulling down towards your left heel. Take a breath right here. And then we're going to walk the hands over to the other side. Nice big steps all the way over, pulling that right hip back towards your right heel. Breathing into your side ribs. Big breath in. And then we'll walk the hands back to the center, coming forward with a round spine. Hang your head here. And we'll do a cat-cow from here. So open the chest, drop the ribs, and then hang your head rounding, belly button towards your spine. And again, inhale to come up into your cat. Exhale, rounding into your cow. And I always forget which is cat, which is cow. I think this is cat, pretty sure. Exhale into cow. And then come to a neutral position and scoot forward a little bit so that you can flip your toes under behind your, or up if you look at it that way. And we're going to try to really bend the toes, walking on them to get the big toe to bend just as much as the rest of the toes. And then take your knees just a little off your mat. So you're just hovering over the mat. Use your abdominals to hold you here. So not just your arms, but your belly muscles. And then lift your hips way up high. Drop your heels down into a downward facing dog. Lift your heels way up. Lower them down. You can hear some snaps and crackles in the toes. You can bend a knee and take your time here. Really stretch out, wake up the back side of you. Spending time bending the toes, moving through every bone in the foot. And then lift both heels way up high. Bring your knees back down to the mat. Turn your toes back over and sit back again in your child's pose. So slowly sitting back on your heels, uncurl your spine, and don't lift the head too soon. Uncurl the neck just as much as you would uncurl the rest of the spine. And then take your hands behind you to the mat, just your fingertips here, and lift your hips all the way up, stretching the front of the thighs, the hips, the shoulders, getting a little bit of everything here. And then sit back down on your heels and do that same thing again. Now, if that's hard, you can open the knees up, then take those hands back again, curl the hips back up. So you might want to bring the head back or arch the spine all the way, or keep your chin on your chest, sitting back on the heels. Bring your knees back together. You're going to swing those legs back around to the front, scoot forward if you need to, and lay down slowly on your mat. Bend your knees, bring your feet flat, arms at your sides, and again, just kind of wiggle into space, wiggle into the spot that you're sitting in. Start to tuck the tail and release the pelvis down. So we're not going all the way up just yet. Just start to wake up the pelvis, trying to move the pelvis independently of the rest of your torso, right? It's not always easy to do. You might find that the rest of your spine wants to go with you, but slowly start to come up a little bit more and down, and then all the way. So you'll feel the shoulder blades and then roll back down. And then we'll go up again and stay up here in this bridge. All right, so just stay here, pushing through both feet, hips high. When you kind of look down the front of you, you want to see your hip bones higher than your rib cage. Okay, so that's using your glutes to get there. Lift your right hip higher, so a little twist. Left hip higher, right hip higher, left hip. One more time to each side. Then both hips equally high. Take your arms up and back all the way behind you. If you'd like to, you can lift the heels unless you get a calf cramp. You're going to roll yourself down. So lifting the heels helps to get your low back to roll a little better, a little more. And then once you're down, open those arms wide around and down. Bring those feet maybe a little closer to you. Do the same bridge one more time, curling all the way up. And again, just take a look. Make sure those hips are higher than the rest of your rib cage. Lifting the right hip higher, and then the left. Twisting the pelvis on the spine. You might find it a little sticky, a little hard to do. The more you practice, the easier it will become. That's the hope, right? And then both hips equally high. Take your arms up and back all the way. Again, lift the heels. Roll yourself slowly down, articulating through every vertebrae till you're all the way at the tailbone. Then take your arms wide and around and down. We're going to scoop up those legs, give them a hug right here. Extend your legs back up to the ceiling for one more stretch, opening those legs out to the side, flexing and pointing and circling your feet, circling them the other way. Bring them back together in the center, bend your knees. We're going to rock right up to sitting and bring the soles of your feet together. So interlace your fingers around your toes, sit up nice and tall, lifting from the crown of your head and down through the tailbone. Bend your elbows, pull yourself over the legs. Take a big breath into your upper back ribs. With a big exhale, start to look up, lift your chin, lift your chest, arch the spine, and then curling backwards, you're going to slide your hands to your shins and lean back, finding this hollowed out scoop. Hang your head, feel the neck lengthen, turn your head a little right and left, and then pull yourself back up to vertical, sitting however you're comfortable, sitting cross-legged. Reach forward for a hip stretch. We'll come back up and just switch the cross of your legs for another hip stretch. Uncurling your spine, again paying attention to the neck. Come up nice and tall, and we'll inhale the arms out and up. Exhale them down. And I'll turn towards you one more time. Big breath in. And exhale down. All right, so there you have it. Hopefully you're feeling great after this nice long warming up of the body. And I'll see you next time.